Welcome to Visualpath. This is a demo session for Power Apps and Power Automate. And let me tell you about myself. My name is Raj. I'm associated with Dynamics for past 8 years. I'm certified in PL 100, 200, 300, and 400, including MB series, MB 910 as well. And recently I acquired my PL 600 certification, which is for development solution architect, and I have built more than 2000 apps, canvas apps, model driven apps, and also few dynamics applications. One of my additional skill is I train people on hackathons are not so popular in India, but in US, in UK, in Australia especially, have lot of hackathons which have good amount of prize money which can be won by interns and fresh candidates. Since Power Apps is low code no code, again, it's a very debatable topic. There is a scope for coding as well, but it is comparatively from other applications that are available in the market, it's much more easier, right? So I train people on how to crack hackathons, 2 to 3 days of straight away coding and building applications. Last one but not the least, I am proficient in English, Telugu, Kannada, and Hindi. Okay, so we have a mix of all type of experience, and you guys have slight knowledge on at least you guys know Excel and PowerPoint and Word documents, right? So it becomes my training sessions easier. Sir, what is this syllabus? What is what do we learn in this course? Okay, why is it so happening and why you guys are interested? Probably your senior might have recommended it, your college friend might have recommended it, or your manager might have recommended it, or naturally when you are studying about Power BI or any of the available current applications, you might have come across, what is this new power things also that are available, right? So Power Platform is a collection of applications which work together to create different types of applications. Mainly, the main purpose is to train business professionals into software engineers. Sir, why is suddenly there is a need to convert business professionals into software engineers? See, understand from the requirement. Think of about this as a company. Now, the business professionals actually have very good knowledge about the process, right? When you have amazing knowledge about process, they will know that there are process gaps too. Okay, so for process gaps, imagine, in at least we'll go back 10 years ago. If there is a process gap, they would have identified, okay, we might need something like application which can do this. They will hire a software engineer. They'll give him a 30-40 lakh salary. He will join after 3 months. He will learn what all licenses you have there, that he will learn. Then he will take his sweet time to build the application. Then he'll say, I need a team. Then the team will be created. And you never know if that team is needed after the project is over. Correct? So for a company, it is loss of 6 months of pay just so that that app can be built. Okay, so what Power Apps and Power Platform does it eliminates the organization's need of hiring a third party solution architect or a software engineer separately. They are like, you're a business professional, you know how to give analysis. So people who are doing data analytics. So Power BI is what? You're doing analytics, data analytics you are doing. Along with that, when you see a process gap, if you have the capability to build an application which can do simple tasks, is basically a Power application. There are first application which is canvas apps. There is a second application called as model driven apps. Okay, canvas app is very simple, very fluid. We will do a deep dive on it as well. And the coding language used in canvas app is called PowerFX. Don't panic, I am telling that the coding language is PowerFX, but it is straight away English language itself. You know, it is not like you have to remember the syntax and all those things. Pretty much it is simple discussing about how a Canvas app works. Okay, then there is something called as Power Automate training. See, Power Automate now these days can do lot of things based on the applications you pick. Okay, few people told Azure. So Azure has its own capability. Oracle has its own capability. Dataverse has its own capability. SharePoint has its own capability. Now, why is automate so important is, see, there are a lot of RPA softwares. You might have come across this word, robotic process automation. And this process is nothing but when you are doing repeated tasks multiple times, why not just automate that, right? People who are updating attendance, why are you updating attendance? Make it automated. One of the famous organization which is this specific field is UiPath. Don't confuse it with Visualpath. UiPath is a separate software, okay, which is used for robotic process automation, RPA. So that replacement, to compete with that one, we have Power Automate. Why is Power Automate so important? You can integrate Outlook, Teams, Excel, SQL Server, Microsoft, all the Power Apps, SharePoint, Excel Online, OneDrive, anything to anything, right? If someone updates anything in the SharePoint, automatically trigger an email to your clientele in Outlook. Use Power Automate. That's how Power Automate can be used. Now you might be thinking, sir, okay, but Canvas app and model or Power Automate are looking easy. Then where is the hard part? Okay, definitely there will be, if there is easy stuff, then there is a hard part also. So model driven app is the little bit important aspect because it is the entry point to Microsoft Dynamics 365 CRM, currently a very, very hot topic in the market. If you are not sure, go to Naukri, change your job description to Dynamics 365 Architect and search for jobs. You'll be amazed how many calls you get in a day. Okay. So it is an entry point to Dynamics CRM. I think Charan mentioned Salesforce CRM, like exactly like Salesforce CRM. We have Microsoft's own CRM called as Dynamics CRM. Again, there are a lot of subdivisions in CRM. Don't worry too much about it. Model driven apps is the basic framework which will help us build a CRM application. You will learn to build an independent application on your own. Okay, guys, there is a very important topic called as Power Virtual Agents. Sir, what is this virtual agents? You might have heard about bots, BOTS, bots. Bots are nothing but if your organization might have also created one bot. If you have any question, you will go there and ping questions like, hey, what is my employee ID? It will answer that question for you, right? A bot is nothing but an interactive chat mode tool. Okay. Now the Power Virtual Agent name has been changed. The new name is, anyone has a clue? What is the new name? Copilot Studio Chatbot or tool or something like that. Okay. They have removed the name Power Virtual Agents. And then we will discuss about one of the critical topics that you might have not worked on is AI Builder. See how many types of AIs are there in Microsoft. Copilot. Next one. The second one is nothing but AI Builder only. Okay. So there are two types of, I would say, AIs available in Microsoft Universe. Copilot is a generative AI. That means your prompt will trigger a response from the AI. Okay. Now, sir, then what is AI Builder? AI Builder is a task specific AI. Sir, explain it to me in a much more clearer way. I don't understand what is happening here. See, in 10 years back, if you are as old as me, your mom would have been washing clothes in a semi-automatic washing machine. That is one side tumbler, one side dryer. She would then rotate it. That means tumbler is dedicated for washing, dryer is dedicated for drying. Now, last one but not the least. So that is AI Builder for you. It can do only one task. Copilot is the most advanced Samsung LG washing machine where you put just the clothes. It will decide if it needs hot water, cold water. It will decide how much time it needs to take to wash the clothes. It will decide how much powder does it need, powder or liquid. And it will also trigger a message to you once the task is completed. You can see the difference, right? So it is learning as we go. So generative AI is depending upon the feedback you provide. Feedback here was clothes, but AI Builder is nothing. They don't care about feedback. What you put is what you get. Okay. And very task specific. There are around 11 different AI Builder capabilities. Sir, give us some examples. I'll give 1 second. First important example, invoice recognition AI. Sir, what is the purpose? So imagine you all are visiting DMart. If you go to DMart and get the invoice bill, if you want to have a track of it, Okay. And if you're a smart guy and you know Power Apps and everything, and you want to use AI Builder as a project, okay, what you do is you set up an app, you create an app on for your mobile phone to learn and scan the bill of DMart. And every time you visit, once your visit is over, all you have to do is scan the bill. What it will do is it will pick up the elements. Okay, date of visit will be picked up. How much was the total bill? It will picked up. The actual MRP cost and the savings you made, it will pick up. So you do the same activity for 1 year. Now, will you get an analysis of how much money did you save by visiting DMart in a whole year? Correct. So that kind of projects can also be built by using AI Builder. That is one example. There are also features like barcode scanner, NFC. So NFC, our debit cards, credit cards, you do a tap and pay. NFC feature is also available. So your question is, sir, how do I do that in laptop? You have to use phones. You have to build application for phones to use these applications: barcode scanner, NFC tag, Touch ID, and people who are using, what do you say, QR code scanning. Okay, all these features are available when you are using phone as a feature. You can externally connect hardware as well for barcode scanning. You might have seen in DMart, na, tuck, 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 they will be scanning that barcodes. So that hardware is from company like Honeywell. You can buy that and connect it to your laptop or your phone directly to be able to scan the barcode. Okay. There are again lot of other AI features like Feel AI or something like that. Okay. So what happens is whenever you write a statement, imagine you're writing a statement. Hi, I'm Ranjit. I'm really excited for the class. Now the AI will analyze your feeling based on your words that you're using in the text and tell you, hey, Ranjit, you are excited today. Okay. So if Sudeep is like, Are, Sar is half an hour late. What is this? It's like he's not excited. So automatically, based on the text that is mentioned, it will automatically show you a symbol, basically an emoji, in which you are either smiling, you're unhappy, or you're neutral, right? NPS, you guys understand NPS scores? So, what happens is every organization collects feedback from their clients every quarter. Again, not necessarily, but they do. Why do they collect feedback? Is to see what they're supporting is correct or not, or is customer satisfied or not. Sometimes out of the blue, customer can come out and say, hey, I want to cancel the contract, I want to go home, you guys are not doing good job, right? So regularly checking in with customer stating, hey, is everything fine, is mandatory. So in such scenarios, NPS score is collected. NPS score is a ranking from 1 to 10. Promoters and detractors are given. If the scoring is above 8, 9, 10, it is a promoter. If it is less than 7, it is a detractor. That means I will not recommend you to any other customer. Okay. So in such scenarios, based on the value 1 to 10, the smiley will change. It will say if the customer is happy, the customer is not. See, now rather than reading, isn't looking at a symbol and deciding is much more easier, right? So you can use these kind of AI features for these purposes. I have a little bit of a prerequisites as you guys are coming to me to learn Power Apps. There are few things that I want you to be aware about. Guys, you should be aware about using basic applications like Excel, PowerPoint, and Word, because that's the groundwork. We can't go even below that to teach. So I'm expecting you guys understand basic knowledge of Microsoft products. You should have your personal laptop. I'm reiterating, we have had experiences wherein students are working with our ID in their office laptops and have received complaints from their offices that they are misusing the laptop. So please be cautious, because when I give you the license for Power Apps, it's basically the organization is Visualpath and you will be acting like an employee. So it will be as closest to a real scenario as possible. Okay. So my request to all of you is refrain using your office laptops. Even if you do, you would be responsible for anything that happens afterwards. Okay. I have made it very clear. Next one is, guys, Power Apps or model driven apps and Power Automate is a most visual appealing, I would say, software building structure. So which is UI is the most important aspect of Power Apps. User interface. Okay, the thing that you see on a screen. Don't work just on laptop. Have a monitor screen. If you have, well and good. If you don't have, borrow it from a friend. You will use that for its main purpose would be to see what I am teaching and do things simultaneously as well. Okay. So that is a request. Last but not the least, guys, from Visualpath, we will provide you the license for 60 days. It will be a 30 days trial period licenses. After 60 days, the license will get over. If there is a necessary, I will teach you how you can directly buy license as well. For that, you need a credit card and a free trial so that you can get a free trial as well. But after a month, it will start charging. So you take the risk on creating the IDs if you would like to buy your own. If not, with the course fee, you would also get 2 months of free license to work with. Okay. And Power Apps is not a theory subject. There will not be too much theory. I think I'll talk theory in the first 2 or 3 classes. That's it. After theory, it's all about practicals. I expect you to be there logged in with the applications with make.powerapps.com and admin.powerapps.com ready before I join. And the main intention is you guys to build as many apps as possible. See, I mentioned 3 apps, but we can build more than that as well. Main attention to detail is how much I can cascade the information to you, how much projects can we do. So I have a very specific syllabus. In-depth syllabus copy will be shared by Kirti ma'am to all of you. Okay, you can go across, you can learn about this and come back to if you have any questions. Now, there are different reasons or people might be interested in learning this specific task. Few people have different intentions in learning topics. See, Power Apps and Power BI and Power Automate, right? These, apologies. So these applications have dedicated certifications related to them. Sometimes in the market, especially if you're not from India, certifications play a very vital role in getting you a job. Because currently jobs are, it's a very hot market. If you want to switch. Okay. And one thing is you have to have a very nice LinkedIn profile, Naukri profile. I've seen people, idiotic resumes being floated here and there, especially the experienced folks, right? They will be very much detached and don't know what the market trend is looking like. These days, people are taking AI interviews. People are not even spending time on their own to join for an interview. So you should know how you have to present yourself to get selected. So slightly, let's touch upon few topics because next time, if you are interested, you enroll the course, we can continue. See, Power Apps, its whole journey starts from understanding the type of business you're working with. Power Apps are the apps predominantly built for company internal employees. Okay. Sir, what is if you give me a very simple example of your Power Apps? See, if I want to use a Canvas app, for every leave that my team applies for, I would have used a Power App because they will go to an application or Teams application, fill the form when they want to go on a holiday and apply. I, as a manager, will go and approve. That's it. So now I have a list of employees who are on holiday, and if there is any overlap, I can see in the calendar, okay, 2, 3 people are bunking at the same time, right, in the portal. So things like these can be achieved. Now, understanding your customer is also very important because we are, as I said, model-driven apps turns into Dynamics at one point of time. That means Dynamics is a CRM application. CRM, Customer Relationship Management, correct? So when you say customer relationship management, we are talking about customer data, correct? So now customers are of different types. First one, business to business. See, there are companies. How many of you guys have heard about India Mart? There is a B2B sale website or app in which you can buy products. Okay, tomorrow you want to do a startup, go search for equipment in India Mart, start your own business. Okay, so for example, if a company is buying from another company to sell it to a third party company, let us give motorcycles. I have all boys on the call right now. So imagine KTM. Okay, Bajaj is manufacturing KTM bikes and selling it as KTM bikes. Right? So what they are doing, there is a business to business transaction between Bajaj and KTM. Correct? Same goes for TVS and BMW. Same goes for Honda and Harley. Right? It's a business to business transaction. On behalf of KTM, Bajaj is building the bikes in the name of KTM. Okay? So what is happening here for Bajaj? Who is the customer? KTM. Now, same Bajaj, they are also manufacturing Triumph also. So you have to understand that whenever a company, an organization starts manufacturing to sell to another business, then it is a B2B. For example, Tata. Tata builds trucks. They sell it to lot of this logistical company. They sell it to India Defense, Army, and BSF, right? It's a business to business transaction. Likewise, business to consumer is the most common that you see everywhere. DMart, you go to Pizza Hut, you go to any mode of direct consumer products, right? You go to all the idli shop, anything, the petty shops, bigger shops, any shops that you see, everything is B2C. That means business to direct consumer. Everything that you can buy on Amazon is for consumer only, right? So anything that is directly can be procured. Your coffee, your grocery, your haircut, everything is B2C. Now there is a third category, hybrid. I told about Tata, right? Tata also makes cars. They make lot of other things. They make engines. They make, my God, they are there in every field. Okay. So when a company is able to cater to both commercial businesses and direct to consumers, then it is called a hybrid mode of organization, which has the capability to deliver to both, not just directly to businesses, but also to the consumers. Okay. Mainly in automotive, this happens because any organization you pick, they can be bought for cab services, they can be bought for office purposes, they can be bought for personal use as well. Right? Now, since most of my here students are aware about Power BI, basically, I think even in your dreams, you know about database. For people who are first time comers in the course, I'll give you a brief introduction of what a database means like. So a database is nothing but a collection of information. Okay. So if you want to imagine, right, think about Excel. See, that is why I said you should know at least Excel. Think about Excel as a database repository. Okay. For people who already know, you guys already can imagine how a database looks like. Okay. For new freshers, okay, imagine Excel. It has lot of rows on the left side. On the top, lot of columns on the top. There are lot of tables, boxes, 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 boxes. Now, if I choose a column, that means the top row, each column I can fill one type of information. Okay. Name, 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 name. We used to play this name, place, animal thing, right? Like that, you imagine. 4 different columns are there. Name, employee an ID, employee email address, employee joining date. So imagine all of us are employees. Today we are like, okay, Sudeep, Charan, Ranjit, all of names has been written in the first column. Second column, we have their joining date to the organization, company email addresses, then again, date of birth, their experience, everything is listed in an Excel. Okay. Now, what happens is, if I now have to explain this table, this specific table acts as a database in which it consists of rows and columns, where column signifies one specific type of data, in bracket data type, which could be text, date, multiple line of text, email, URL. That means each column has one type of data, nothing else. It's not a mixture, it is not junk data, it is only specific type of data has been listed. Okay. Now, different rows signifies different customers or students or employees. Okay. Now, each table will have a unique column which does not repeat. In this case, that column would be employee ID. This is called what? Any guess? Primary key. So, for freshers, again, primary key means what? See, primary key is used for joining a second table to the existing table. Okay. Primary key. As of now, you don't think too much. Okay. Just understand what I'm telling you. Do a live demo with Dataverse, then you'll understand. Okay. Main intention of using concept of keys is joining the tables. There are 3 types of joining is a wrong word. So let us say there are 3 types of relationships that can be created. One to many to one, and one to one. What about many to many? I said 3, no? One to many and many to one are not same. Next. Which 2 are same? See, one to one and one to many are same. Now, would you agree to that statement? It's actually true. So what happens is one to one is considered as a subset of one to many. That's why when we are building a Canvas app in or when we are building Dataverse table, So whenever you are actually building the relationship between multiple tables, you will come across only three options: one to many, many to one, and last one is many to many. Okay. These three are very much necessary, especially when we are building the model driven apps. Okay. Now, the last but not the least is queries. See, queries literal meaning is questioning. Okay. That is, imagine database as a person standing in front of you. Queries is nothing but you asking it a question. Hey, what data do you hold? Select star all. It's like, okay, I have information about all the employees. Now, okay, now I'm looking for, in the list of employees that I mentioned earlier, I need people who are already PL300 certified. So if I had to ask a question in the SQL language, so I will say select all from this specific table, which is our table. In that, then condition, if education or certification equals to PL300. Okay, you can have or statement and statement later on, but at least basic requirement is this. You'll put that, I'll hit enter. Script runs or a job runs in the background. It will give it results in the below. Now the results will have the people who are already certified in PL300. So what is query? Query is nothing but your usual way of interacting with the database. So in the standard SQL, SQL databases, that's the way you interact with. Okay. However, in Power Apps, things change. Dataverse is a different level of database that we come across. We will do a deep dive on it later. Now, we will discuss a very small and a last screen which would help you guys understand Power Apps a little bit better. Okay. Look at the screen. You guys are here. Business analysis Power BI is being used. Okay. Power App main intention is app development. That is why I said UI development. Power Automate is used for process automation. I talked about RPA. I told you about UiPath. This is the part which is competing with UiPath. Last but not the least is Power Pages. See, Power Pages was also part of Power Apps at one point of time. Now it stands alone separately. Okay. Reason is very simple. The application is very, very expensive to compare to existing alternatives. For people who don't understand, see, buying a domain, you can buy a domain at 30 rupees per month. You can build a WordPress website at less than 200 rupees per month. Starting fare for a Power Pages license is 16,000 rupees and you have to pay that monthly. Now tell me, which one would you pick? See, natural instinct of human is, yeah, we definitely need a better one, but when we have our own company, right, we would like to save more. So companies are very furious with the costing of Power Pages. It is not a hit in the market yet. For that, you need only .NET developers. You can definitely keep that a pipeline knowledge that you want to learn. So Power Pages, if you look at it right in the industry, not many people are teaching it right now because it's not a hot topic. These three are crazy. This one is like pura thanda pad gaya. ठीक है? So they are all connected by a common database called as Dataverse. You guys have seen Marvel Universe. You have heard about Metaverse. So Metaverse is nothing but common database of all the things Meta, right? Mark Zuckerberg released it. So something like that. If what Microsoft is trying to do is they have this database which is available across all platforms inside Microsoft. That's what they are calling Dataverse. Its old name was Common Data Service, CDS. Okay, CDS was the old name of Dataverse. They have renamed it to Dataverse now. Main purpose is I can use the same data to build a Power App. I can use the same data to do automation by using Power Automate. I can use the same data to use or create visualizations and write DAX functions to make amazing visualizations in Power BI and host my report or dashboard. Make sense? So these are the four pillars and they all collectively work together to form something called as Microsoft Fabric Universe. Okay. So this is something you have to be aware about. I spoke about AI Builder. As I told you, AI Builder is an additional extension of Power Apps and Power Automate, which will come handy only if your organization buys license for it. We will train you guys. See, Power Automate, Power Apps, each and everything has license of their own. Okay, we will get you the licenses, whatever you need to learn. But make sure before joining, if your organization has license, doesn't have license, if it doesn't have license, you should be able to practice even after the course is over. See, these subjects now, it's all, as I said, theory is very less. Me and you, we will be building applications. I will ask you to build KFC website. You have to build it. Okay. So main intention here is you having continuation in learning and not forgetting whatever I teach. For the for this course duration, the course will be around like 35 to 40 hour course, and I'll take you along with the course directly. Then last but not the least, data connectors. All the folks who are using Power BI, you guys know that Power BI supports multiple sources. Similarly, Canvas apps also supports multiple sources. So what happens is you need premium connectors for it. That's what my ask was for Sudeep and Ranjit, that hey, do you guys have premium connectors? Like, does the company purchase these premium connectors already for you? So there are predominantly many free connectors as well. You can build your own connectors if there is a possibility. But most important thing is these data connectors that are there, they are there to act as translators for any data that is coming in from Microsoft, Salesforce, or any Oracle database, a MongoDB, whichever database you guys work with. They will translate the information and get that over to Dataverse. Okay. So connectors could be of two types, and the process of connecting information is also two types. There is something called as integration. Integration is nothing but doing a handshake. Okay. Handshake means for the interim purpose, you give me the information, I'll show it in my domain also. That means the older domain will also be working actually. So you're not moving the data. Moving the data is called migration. What is it called? Migration. You might have come across these two terminologies. Integration and migration, very important topics. That's all being taken care of by data connectors. You can actually learn lot of aspects by learning about these topics. Okay. Thank you so much, guys.